Okay, for dinner tonight, I'm going to make the skirt steak. And these are always a really good option if you're grilling out and you got a lot of people to feed. This is a really good alternative to, say, like ribeyes or something maybe a little more costly. I actually like these a lot. And they're one of my favorite kinds of steaks. So, as you can see, there's fat on it, and I will show you more about trimming off some of that fat. I'm serving it up with some simple fried potatoes. So these will be peeled, sliced up, and I'll also add some onion to it. I'm just serving it up with some corn, and I'll be using some of this marinade right on the skirt steak while it cooks. I'm going to be cooking it on the indoor grill because I forgot to buy charcoal, and I haven't even gotten my grill out and gotten it cleaned up for summer or, well, spring or summer. So, I'm going to be cooking it inside. If you do, make sure you have good ventilation or open a window because it does get smoky. So, I'm going to show you how I trim this up, and we'll get started. Okay, as you can see, the skirt steaks are quite long, and you want to use a plastic cutting board because you don't want the blood or anything else to get on the wood cutting board. So with this, all I did was trim it up a little bit. You undo it. It kind of comes packaged, folded over, and you unfold it. And then I just took my knife and trimmed off some of the fat. There wasn't much fat that really needed trimmed off, and it actually gives it a little more flavor. I salt and peppered it, added some seasoning, add whatever seasonings you like for meat that you use in your own kitchen. And remember that the tail end is thinner and this end is thicker, so you're going to want this on the higher burner, on the hotter burner. So whichever one is on high, that's the one you want the tail end on. You don't want to cook exactly the same temperature because the tail will get way overdone while you're waiting on this to kind of cook. So I'm going to leave this alone for a couple minutes, start heating up my indoor grill. If you're using an indoor grill or your broiler, be sure to have proper ventilation and maybe even keep a window open. So I'm going to get on with the potatoes and get the indoor grill heating up. Okay, really simple. I just peeled the potatoes, sliced them up, and did the same with half of an onion. Super easy. They're going in the skillet to cook over medium, about medium, for about 20 or 30 minutes until they're nice and tender. Okay, to go with dinner tonight, I decided to do a very quick salad. This is just cucumbers, tomato, and some onion. I added in a little bit of basil and some salt, and then I'm using the balsamic vinaigrette dressing. I just used a little bit, drizzled it over, and I'm just going to let it sit until everything else is done, and just let it marinate and let all those flavors mix together. It smells really, really good. Okay, as you can see, the potatoes are just cooking away. I'm going to just put a lid over it and let it continue to cook while the indoor grill heats up. Okay, the steak is pretty much done. I turned it off. I'm just tinting it, and I'm going to let it sit there until everything else is done. Okay, it's super simple. I sliced it up, and now I'm going to plate it up. It looks super delicious, and I'm hungry. Okay, here is dinner. It's done, ready to eat. You got the skirt steak, the potatoes, the corn, and the little salad. So we're going to enjoy dinner. Bye. Hello everybody. For dinner tonight, I am making something very easy and fast. I'm making some pork chops. I'm going to coat them in flour, just give them a light dusting. If you're watching your calories or your carbs, you can certainly skip that and just grill them up. I'm serving it over some baby spinach with some French vinaigrette that goes over the spinach. It kind of wilts it. It's really good. I'm serving it also with some whole tender baby carrots that I'll sweeten up with some brown sugar. I'm using this instead of potatoes. It's just the pasta sides. This is chicken. It really doesn't have a chicken taste. It just has a rich taste. And I'm also cutting up a cantaloupe because it just really sounded good for tonight. And I will show you how I make this very fast weeknight dinner. Stay tuned. Okay, I quickly cut up the cantaloupe. I just left it pretty good size so we can grab it up. and eat it, kind of like watermelon. And then here are the pork chops. I dredged them in some egg and milk, and I dredged them through some flour, and I'm going to just pop them into a skillet that has some canola oil warming up, and just cook them really simple. I'll salt and pepper them over here on the stove, and once the oil has heated up, we'll get them going. Okay, the pork chops are cooking. I have the carrots and brown sugar and butter going here, and I have the water going for the pasta back here. So I'm going to get finished up and get it plated up. I'll show you what it looks like in just a few minutes. Okay, let me show you what I've done with the spinach. I've washed and dried the baby spinach. It looks really good. And I've also cut one very small sweet yellow onion very thin, some tomatoes very thin, and I made my own adaptation of hot bacon dressing. Now, I didn't fry bacon. I took some bacon grease, melted it in a cup in the microwave, and added some French vinaigrette to it. If that's as simple as I could get. You could also add real bacon pieces. It doesn't really matter for me tonight because I'm putting pork chops over it. And all I'm going to do is very quickly and easily just drop the thin onion all over the top. Just like such. Drop the tomatoes on top. It doesn't have to be perfect. The pork chops are going to cover it all up. And then I'm just going to pretty much drizzle this hot bacon dressing right over the top. Or my adaptation of hot bacon dressing. It's super simple. And then I'm going to put the pork chops right on top of this. So it will wilt the lettuce straight down. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, I put the pork chops on top of the spinach and tomato and onion and the vinaigrette. It smells amazing. I'm going to get everything else finished up, get it plated up, and enjoy some dinner. I'll show you what my plate looks like in just 1 second. Hold on. Okay, here is dinner. As you can see, there's the pork chop and the spinach, noodles, and some carrots. And I also have that lovely cantaloupe for dessert. So, you know, it's not perfect. You could substitute the pasta and not even use a starch. But, you know, I love pasta, and mostly it's vegetables with the spinach and the carrots, and I think it's the perfect weeknight dinner. Let me know if you make it. Bye-bye. Okay, for dinner tonight, we are having sloppy joes with these baby cakes, which is just like a tater tot, but it's thinner. And I'm serving the sloppy joes on some sesame seed buns. It's a weeknight, so I don't have a lot of time, you know, to screw off, so I'm trying to make dinner in a hurry. When I was growing up, my grandmother always put hot dogs in the sloppy joes. So that's what I make. That's what my kids are used to. My husband's used to it. I have some organic ground chuck that's been grass-fed, so it's healthy for us. And these are Angus hot dogs. So as healthy as you can get, I guess, for sloppy joes. I choose sloppy joes over manwich because manwich has those green peppers, the green bell peppers in it, and neither my husband or I, or even Jackson, likes the green peppers, so we go with the sloppy joe mix. So all you're going to do is just brown it up, put that stuff in the skillet, and put those in the oven, and dinner will be super fast. The boys will love it, and it's a weeknight meal. And we're in a hurry tonight. Stay tuned, I'll show you what it looks like plated up. Okay, these little potato things are done mostly, actually. I like to flip them over so they get crispy on both sides. Now, these are baked. Oops, they are not frozen. They are not fried, so they are healthier. But we like them kind of crispy on both sides, and I flip them and put them right back in the oven for about 5 minutes so they get really crispy and yummy. These are really good. They have herbs in them, and I'm doing this with the wrong hand, so... bear with me. But back in the oven they go. Okay, here is dinner tonight. Nothing too glamorous. You have the manwich with the hot dogs and the potato cakes. And I have some cantaloupe that we're going to eat along with it. So this is tonight's dinner. I'm super hungry. Time to eat. So for lunch today, I'm eating some egg salad. I made egg salad. It's just basically deviled or boiled eggs, not deviled, I don't know. It's kind of like deviled eggs with mayonnaise. I used the low-fat mayonnaise, Dijon mustard. I used the stone ground mustard actually, salt and pepper. It's just really good, and a little bit of garlic. I'm doing a lettuce wrap today, so I'm just gonna wrap this up and enjoy. Yum, and it'll be delicious. I already ate like one of these yesterday, and it was so good. And I just filled it right up with the egg salad and closing it up, and there's my healthy lunch today. Bye-bye. Okay, for dinner tonight, I am doing turkey tetrazzini. Now, I bought these. They were reduced for quick sale. They are a turkey tenderloin, and I'm just going to put it in a shallow baking dish. I'm going to cook it in the oven, and it won't take long. It's not that thick. And then I'll be using it in the tetrazzini. So the first step, get this cooked, and that's what I'm about to do. Okay, for the turkey breast, I just seasoned it up with some salt and pepper, some kosher salt, a little bit of poultry seasoning, and some garlic. And it's going into a 350-degree oven. It should probably take it about 45 minutes to fully cook through. Okay, the turkey breasts are cooked up, and I just took my knife through both of them. And I'm letting it cool because it's going into the turkey tetrazzini in just a couple minutes. Okay, over here we have the onions that I chopped up and some garlic. I am just using the pre-made or pre-minced garlic just because it's handy. I also have some spaghetti boiling back here that I did break up pretty small, and that's almost done. To the onions, I added some thyme, salt, and pepper, and of course the garlic. And I'm going to put this on a different plate because I'm going to use the skillet for the roux, which is just butter and flour. And then I'm going to incorporate some warm chicken stock in it and some yummy cheese. Okay, so I took 2 tablespoons of butter, about 1/4 of a cup of flour, and I've mixed it together. Now this is what the roux looks like. It is a thickening agent. You want to let it cook for a minute or two just to cook out that flour taste. And then you want to take your warm chicken stock, which is right here. I just microwaved it, 2 cups. Add it in, and then whisk, 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 and turn the heat up. Let it boil. It's going to thicken and look like it's coming together. It's just going to take a few minutes to make that happen. Okay, this is the time where you're going to add your milk, which I have 1 cup of. See how it thickened right up? And you're also going to add your egg yolk. Sorry about the TV in the background, you guys. It's one of those nights. Okay, so I thickened it up. I let it boil. I added 1 cup of milk and 1 egg yolk. And it's looking great. You can see those little particles. Those are just little pieces of onion and garlic. That's why I use the same skillet. It's all the same taste. And then I'm going to add some frozen peas to this just to add some color. And I like peas in this dish, opposed to mushrooms. But this would also be a good time to add the mushrooms if they were the kind in a jar. If they were fresh, you'd want to cook them with the onions. Okay, I added the peas, and now what I'm going to do is butter a casserole dish and start mixing everything up together. Okay, so I mixed everything up. I'm trying to get all the light. I mixed everything up. I have the turkey in here, the pasta, the peas, the onions, the garlic, chicken broth, milk, and now I'm going to add just a little bit of cheese, about 1/2 cup. And I'm just going to use the Italian, or the Kraft Italian 5 cheese. And get some of that and put it in. Alright, and I am just using a fork. You don't have to have a ton of stuff to make this dish. A fork works just fine. Get that cheese mixed up in there, and now I'm going to switch it over to a baking dish that I've buttered, and I'm going to put some panko breadcrumbs on top and top with a little more cheese, and we are done. Okay, it's in the dish. Look how delicious that looks. And now I'm going to top it with some panko breadcrumbs and some of the Gouda cheese that I shredded up. Okay, it has the breadcrumbs and the cheese, and now it's going into a 350-degree oven for about 20 minutes, just so it can all cook together and the cheese can melt. I'll show you what it looks like plated up in just a minute. I just wanted to show you what it looks like done. It's still bubbling from coming out of the oven. Sorry about the shadow. Looks so good, you guys. I got the garlic bread in. It's going to be time to eat. You could make this healthier with whole wheat pasta. I went with just regular pasta. I'm doing garlic bread, which is actually more carbs. And a little side salad would be great with this, but tonight it's just this and some garlic bread, and dinner will be served. Okay, here is what's for dinner. There's the turkey tetrazzini, and there is the bread. So it looks really, really good. I'm super hungry, and it's time to eat dinner. So thank you so much. I'll be back with a different dinner tomorrow night. Bye-bye. Okay, for dinner tonight, I am doing something very easy. This is a ham that's already sliced. I'm just going to kind of warm it up in the oven very quickly. I'm serving it with some sugar snap peas, some boiled and buttered with parsley potatoes. These are new potatoes. And then I'm going to take a couple tomatoes and I'm going to slice them up and cover them with some panko breadcrumbs and some Parmesan cheese. So very super easy dinner. There's not much effort into it at all. The ham is already cooked. I just need to add some spices and get it warmed up. Get these boiled and tender and slice up the tomatoes and get them ready for the oven. Those go in the microwave. Super easy. Okay, I am just covering the ham slices with some Coke and some brown sugar. I just melted them both together. I'll add a little bit more and kind of go over it, but it's going into a hot oven, about 350 degrees, and just getting warm and getting some color on it. I sliced up the tomatoes pretty thick, and only did 2, and I salt and peppered them. And then I took some of the panko seasoned breadcrumbs and some of the Parmesan, mixed them together, and I'm just going to stack it on top of the tomatoes. Get a nice little crust on them. You don't have to be perfect about it, just get it on there. And then I'm going to pop these into a 450-degree oven till they brown up and are nice and juicy. Even that little baby one right there. And these are going to be delicious. So in the oven they go. Okay, here is dinner. As you can see, I had the ham slices, some of the sugar snap peas, I'm sorry. For the potatoes, I just took some butter and chives and parsley, mixed it up together, and there are the tomatoes with the Parmesan, and that is dinner. So it is time to eat. I'm starving, and I'll talk to you guys really soon. Bye-bye. For my late night dinner, I did eggs in a basket. One popped right there, but I used the leftover ham. It's really late, and I'm super hungry. I don't know if I'll eat both of them, but I fixed them both. I'm starving. I'm going to eat. Good night. Goodbye. Talk to you guys later. Okay, for dinner tonight, the boys wanted tacos. I cheated. I got one of these hard and soft dinner kits. I don't really know why. You don't need them. You just need the shells or the fajitas and some taco seasoning. You can actually make your own taco seasoning, but I just grabbed one of these out of convenience. For myself, I don't really like tacos that much. I'm going for chicken fajitas. I got some organic chicken here by Harvest Farms. Some refried beans, some roasted red bell peppers and onion, lettuce, tomato, flour tortillas. You get the point. And I am starving, and so is the rest of the house, so I need to hurry. But I'll show you what it looks like in just a few minutes. Okay, super easy hamburger with taco seasoning, and I had some extra, so I put it over here. We'll use this for a different night this week. And here is mine. The chicken with the onions and the red bell, or the red roasted peppers. You could use green peppers. You could add mushrooms. You could add whatever you wanted in here. This is just what I like. And all the toppings are over here, and as you can see, there's some beans with cheese, the regular tacos. These are the tortillas and everything for the tacos and fajitas, except I forgot an avocado and or guacamole, so I'm living without it tonight, and I'll show you what it looks like plated up in 1 second. Okay, here's dinner. As you can see, it's pretty simple. It's got the lettuce and tomato on top of the chicken and red pepper and onions. It's delicious inside of a flour tortilla with some refried beans as a side. You could always use a whole wheat tortilla and or low-fat beans, some cheese. You can always make this as healthy as you want. I'm starving. I'm going to eat. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.